Tell the feeling like I'm trapped in my damn mind. Tell the feeling like I'm rapping a damn lie. Tell the feeling like my life is a damn game. Nigga really wanna die in the nighttime. Only time I feel pain when I'm feeling love. That's why I tell it on my face that I'm down numb. Only time you come my mind when I'm all alone. That's why I'm never really alone in the nighttime. Change hoes like clothes, I can get attached. Cause these hoes 5 starters like lit matches. I've been feeling really lost, looking all attachments. I don't really go outside cause I hate traffic. I don't wanna go outside, get caught in traffic.
Hello everybody, it's your boy SJ K-Dot, the first black Super Saiyan to rob this planet. I'm back here with another video. I got a review for you guys, a Spider-Man Far From Home review. Going into this review, I'm very frustrated, mad almost, but I knew this movie would be very disappointing. We're going to go ahead and knock out the pros, and then we'll get to the big cons. This is a spoiler-free Spider-Man Far From Home review. Now, going into this review, I have my opinions. Nothing here is fact. It's all opinion. You guys have your opinions. If you like the film, that's fine. I don't care. But I'll tell you this much. I don't like the film. Not at all. This is probably as boring as Homecoming. Because those are chores to get through. Let's get the first pro out the way. Let me just give you a gist of what this movie is. And what this purpose of this movie is. So the purpose of this film, like in all the trailers, was to prove to us, the fans of this film, of this character, Spider-Man in the MCU, Tom Holland, that Spider-Man is going to step up. Spider-Man is going to step up and he's supposed to be something bigger, something better. He's going to become the Spider-Man. They're trying to, the whole movie, you know, in the trailers, the people was throwing hints there, be the next Tony Stark. When, man, all you got to do is be the next Spider-Man. That's all you got to do. This whole movie was not about him trying to be the next Tony Stark. It was about being the Spider-Man. Now, going into this movie, I had my doubts. You know, ran into some stuff today, and I'll talk about that later in the review. But I just want to say this much, because I just want to rack out these pros of the film. The pros of the film. Let's start with the first pro. The CGI was remarkably nice.
Awesome.
It was nice. CGI was nice. A lot of stuff looked like it was green screen. Some of it looked practical, but a lot of it looked like it was just green screen and CGI the whole movie. If I have to be really honest. The suits look cool. That's another pro. The suits look okay. I mean, even though Spider-Man's stealth suit, like we saw in the trailer, he looks like a gimp in that goes to a bondage party. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. The suit looked cool. It looked okay. Another pro. Peter and Michelle Jones. I'm not calling her MJ. She's Michelle Jones. She's not MJ. She doesn't deserve those initials because MJ is not what Michelle Jones is. Mary Jane is not an socially awkward human being. She's not. She's very, she's not awkward. So, I would say Peter and MJ's banter back and forth, their little hints of them trying to get a relationship, trying to spark it, was cute. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was cute. What else can I say was a plus? So I said the CGI was nice. The suits were nice. Peter and MJ's relationship was nice. Let me try to figure out another pro. I guess Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, I guess. But I'll get into more later of my issues with Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. Because I thought I was watching a clown festival when I saw him on screen. I got a lot of vibes from Iron Man 2. Especially from the third act.
I'm locked up. Get out of here. Go. This whole system's been compromised. Let's take it outside.
And you guys remember the villain from Iron Man 2, the hammer tech guy? that was trying to usurp Tony when it came to building tech.
But then the Iron Man arrived, and we thought the days of losing lives were behind us.
Because this is the problem with this film. And let me go ahead and just get into the cons. This film was a Iron Man film with Spider-Man as a skin. It was an Iron Man. This was an Iron Man story, bro. And they gave it to Spider-Man. I can't get into why, but this movie is an Iron Man story, but Spider-Man is taking Tony Stark's place.
All right, I run out of patience. On to ruse!
Another con. The Spider-Man in this movie, Andrew Garfield, I'm very sorry. This is my order of the best Spider-Mans now. Tobey, Andrew, and then Tom at the very gutter of the live action ones. I'll get into my spoiler review of the dumb writing choices they made in this movie. Who wrote this movie? John Watts. He directed this movie. I don't want to see you touch Spider-Man again. I don't want to see Sony, because this is both Sony and Marvel Studios' fault. They both played their hand in it. This movie was very corny. It was too kiddie. I'll get into that later. But let me just talk about the Spider-Man. This was probably the dumbest in Spider-Man I've ever seen on screen. Ever. This dude was straight up dumb. He was extra dumb. I done dumb stuff before, but this Spider-Man was the dumbest Spider-Man, and the writing in this movie, even, alright, for you to watch this movie, you really have to turn your brain off, but still, you shouldn't have to turn your brain off all the time. You shouldn't have to. You still need to have a little bit of reasoning within your head to try and make sense with the lore that they set up. Like, for example, if a movie sets up that Captain America is the limit of his strength is that he can lift up a tank and he can pull a helicopter. Let's just say that's the limit of Captain America's strength. And then later in the movie, we see Captain America pick up a building. You know, it's when the movie builds some logic and then they later wreck their own logic, it's like, this homie just picked up just stopped a helicopter. Okay, I'm cool with that. You set that up. But he just picked up a building. Not saying Captain America can do that. But you guys get my drift. When you set up logic in a movie and you establish your own logic, I'm trying to follow your logic. And if I can roll with your logic, I can roll with it. This movie broke its own logic so many times it was just retarded. It was just retarded. I can't talk about it. But in the spoiler review, I will talk about it. This Spider-Man is the stupidest Spider-Man on screen. He is 17 years old. Oh my God. He went into space. He went into space to fight Thanos. He's acting like a goofball idiot kid still. And he did some grown-up tier man stuff. He went into space. He jumped on a spaceship and went to go help the Avengers fight Thanos. He punched Thanos in the face. And in this movie, you're trying to establish to me that this whole movie is basically about Peter. This movie is about Peter wanting to get in a relationship with Michelle. What? This is the movie. That's Peter's objective this movie. To go on a field trip with his friends. What? This is the objective of the movie. For Peter Parker, specifically. What? I can't get into Mysterio. Because I don't want to spoil it. But I'll say this much. He was not better than the Vulture. He was weak compared to the Vulture. The Vulture was intimidating. The Vulture was not cracking no jokes. When the Vulture pulled up, bruh, he was a stone cold dude.
I can't afford that.
Bruh, he was Michael Keaton as the Vulture of stone cold. Mysterio is a chihuahua compared to Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, who was a wolf. He was a pure wolf. And guess who saved Spider-Man Homecoming? Vulture. Not Tom Holland. Because this is how they do. This is how they do. Because we know Tom Holland can't hold himself on his own in these movies. He can't. Because they put Happy in these movies. They put things from Iron Man in this movie. Happy was in this movie. Who does Happy know? Who is Happy linked to? Iron Man. They put Nick Fury in this movie. Who is Nick Fury linked to? Everyone. The Avengers. He's linked to everybody. Why can't I get a Spider-Man movie where it's just Spider-Man? Because the own logic in this movie makes no sense. It doesn't. You guys, they're trying to set up in this movie that they need Spider-Man's help with stopping. Y'all remember in Avengers Endgame when there was, in the movie, there was snaps. Y'all know what the snap is. Remember when Thanos snapped his fingers, he killed some people, and the Avengers brought them back. Now, let's think of the Avengers. Let's go back to Avengers Endgame. Let's just look at it. There was 4 snaps. There was the snap in Infinity War. Boom. There was the snap when Thanos destroyed the stones. He snapped to destroy the stones. There was also the Hulk snap. Then there was the Iron Man snap. Okay. You're telling me. Oh, and once you watch the post-credit scene, you're gonna get a kicker out of what they did to Nick Fury. Okay. So we're trying to run this fact that these guys are trying to stop this multiverse level thing. Okay. We're talking about multiverses. Now that's combining different realities and bringing them in here, right? Okay. Alright. Guess what? Nick Fury called Spider-Man to come help out with this. He called Spider-Man. Nick Fury called Spider-Man. He didn't call Scarlet Witch. He didn't call Hawkeye. He didn't call Falcon. He didn't call Hulk. Experienced Avengers. He didn't call no experienced Avengers. He said, we need Spider-Man's help.
What the fuck?
Let's look at Spider-Man's power set. What does Spider-Man do? He shoots webs. He crawls up walls. And he has super strength. So, you're telling me you need his help doing something with the multiverse. But Spider-Man's power set does not even coincide with that. The only thing that coincides is his intelligence. But this is another kicker. Because I was watching this movie and I was like, you know what? This is probably the dumbest Peter Parker I've ever seen a day in my life. Y'all remember from the trailer when, Spider-Man's the villains in this movie. You have those creatures that are made of different things.
They were born in stable orbits within black holes, creatures formed from the primary elements: air, water, fire, earth. The science division had a technical name. We just called them elementals.
You had the water creature, the fire one, the one made of rock, and then you had another one. Okay, cool. This isn't a spoiler. This is not a spoiler. But I'll say this much. We know Spider-Man's webs can't battle fire and water. His webs are useless against water. Okay. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know that. You should just know that off top. Looking at Spider-Man's webs, they can't stop water. And they can't stop fire. The fire will burn his webs. You guys just listen. Spider-Man shot his webs at a creature made of fire. He tried to shoot his webs at a creature made of fire.
What?
He tried to shoot his webs at a creature made of fire. When I saw that, I was like, bro, he's made of fire. The funniest thing was when he battled the water creature. He shot his webs at the water creature. And guess what? They didn't do nothing. Bro. I'm just trying to understand the logic of this movie. I'm trying to understand Peter Parker's intelligence. Because this is the stupidest Peter Parker I've ever seen in a day in my life. He was stupid. I don't even have Spider-Man's powers. And I know for a fact, if I shoot webs and a thing that is fire, it's going to burn my webs. My powers don't work against it. the characters in this world are dumb. Peter's whole class is dumb. His teacher, dumb. JB Smoove was very useless in this movie. He barely did anything. I don't know how they do not know this dude is Spider-Man. There was a scene, I'll talk on the spoiler review. You guys, this movie was a chore to get through. This movie, you literally have to turn your brain off. This movie's writing is bad. It doesn't make sense. This movie doesn't make sense in the placement of the MCU. Let's look at this. So this movie is about Spider-Man stepping up. This movie is about Spider-Man stepping up. Okay. Follow me. Just follow me. Listen to me. Civil War was 6 months before Spider-Man became Spider-Man. That was 6 months before. That's probably when Spider-Man was only tight in this MCU. After that, you got Homecoming, which was the week after Civil War. The same week as Civil War. Probably 2 days, 3 days after. Happened within 2-3 days. Homecoming. Alright. Homecoming ends. That was the movie where he was just a rookie. Iron Man took away his suit. He took away his suit and Spider-Man needed to validate. He needed to prove himself that he's nothing without the suit, even though Spider-Man does not need to worry about a suit to be Spider-Man. He can just he'll put a brown paper bag on his head and go save the day. But you're telling me in a movie where Spider-Man does not need a suit to be Spider-Man, you're telling me he needs to earn a suit in order to validate his skill. What kind of stupid writing choice is that for a Spider-Man story? Spider-Man never needed a suit to validate who the hell he is. The fact that you make his Iron Man his mentor is already trash. He doesn't need Iron Man. Spider-Man is more popular than Iron Man, bruh. Spider-Man is the mascot of Marvel, if we had to be honest. He's Stan Lee's favorite character, if we had to be really honest. Okay, let's look at this. Back to the timeline. Homecoming was 2 years before Infinity War. Infinity War was 2 years after Homecoming. Boom. This is why Far From Home doesn't make sense. Far From Home should have came before Infinity War. Far From Home, rewrite it and take out the whole Iron Man being dead thing and flip the script. That's the movie where you have Spider-Man start to, have that doubt about being a hero, trying to balance his responsibilities of doing this, doing superhero work, having to make these people happy here. You have to rework it. Because this makes no sense. So you're telling me in Spider-Man Far From Home is a movie where he needs to step up. Wait a minute. That makes no sense. He already stepped up. In Infinity War and Endgame. What did he do in Infinity War and Endgame? He jumped on a fucking spaceship to go get Doctor Strange. He jumped onto a spaceship that Thanos' henchmen own to go get a sorcerer named Doctor Strange who has the Time Stone. He had to go save Doctor Strange. In the same movie Infinity War, he helped the Avengers fight an alien called Thanos. He punched Thanos and kicked Thanos in the face multiple times. When Thanos body slammed him, he should have instantly been dead, but Infinity War had retarded power scaling in the movie. We're not going to talk about that. The retarded power scaling of that film. But he helped the Avengers challenge Thanos. He was helping them hold Thanos down. He had Thanos in... Okay. This movie, Far From Home, is a smaller threat than that. You're telling me Spider-Man's having all this doubt in this movie. He's more worried about being on vacation than not being a superhero. You're telling me this. Let's not get on the Iron Spider suit because that's a spoiler. I'll talk about the spoiler review. The stupidity of this Peter Parker. You are telling me he already stepped up in Infinity War and Endgame. Why does he need to step up in this movie? It makes no sense, bro. He stepped up in Infinity War and Endgame. He was fighting in a war with Thanos and his aliens. You're telling me he stepped up in Infinity War and Endgame to go help Tony Stark in space fight aliens. But in this movie, he wants to, I want to go hang out with my friends. Oh my gosh, I'm not ready to step up. You jumped on a fucking spaceship and fought Thanos. I expect more from you, Spider-Man. I expect more from this Spider-Man. He jumped on a spaceship and fought Thanos. You're telling me you're going to take about the kitty little Spider-Man? He's a kid in this movie, bro. He's kitty again. I just saw this dude go in space and fight Thanos. And he's acting like a corny little kid in this movie. What the hell am I watching, bro? I expect more from you. I expect you to man the hell up. And you didn't. You didn't man up, Spider-Man. Tom Holland Spider-Man didn't man up. He barely manned up. You already manned up in Infinity War and Endgame, bruh. How you gonna digress? You whack, bro. You're whack. Tom Holland. I'm done with you as Spider-Man, bro. You're whack. Your arc makes no sense. You stepped up against Thanos, bro. But in this movie, you can't pull up to Nick Fury and let Nick Fury know, hey, Nick Fury, you got me, bro. I got you. The freak? Why you wearing a mask? Take that mask off and go back home, little boy. Go home, little boy. You act like a little boy in this movie. You're not Spider-Man, bro. You're not Spider-Man. You're not Spider-Man, bro. Get out of here. Freak your friends in your stupid little thing trying to get with Michelle. So getting with Michelle is bigger than multiverse, the threat with the multiverse? You need to get your priorities straight, Spider-Man. Trash, bro. Ghost and Nick Fury. This is what I'm talking about Nick Fury in this movie, because Nick Fury was already trash, bro. He's done. This dude trying to act hard and tough. This Nick Fury's a clown, bro. He's over here walking around faking when we know for sure he got his eyes scratched out by a little kitty cat. A little kitty cat. A flirkin. You got your eyes scratched out by a kitty cat, bruh. You weak. Get out of here. You trash. And you out here lying to people about your who took your eye. A scroll took my eye. You a clown, Nick Fury. Get out of here. Clown. This movie was a weak ending to Phase 3. You should have ended it with Endgame. This movie did nothing to surprise or be better than Endgame. The pacing of this movie was just horrible. They barely settle on the first act. They went through the first act quick, going click, click, cut. They was cutting quick to get to the Paris trip. That freak, bruh, them cuts to the Paris trip was quick. You're not even gonna let it settle. Could you give more explanation about what happened after the snap? You know, just a little bit more. See, they try to be like, nah, this is a Spider-Man solo movie, but then they try to connect it so much to the MCU, and it just starts to make less sense. This was literally an Iron Man movie reskinned for Spider-Man. I'm not kidding you when I say that. This movie had nothing to do with Spider-Man. Everything was linked back to Iron Man, and I'll explain why. This is my problem with Iron Man and the Spider-Man thing. You made Iron Man his mentor. You made Spider-Man his Robin. That's what you made him. The Spider-Man I know is not a Robin. The Spider-Man I know is just as independent as Captain America and Iron Man is independent. But he's not. Because he relies on Tony Stark tech so much in this movie. I'm not going to explain what he used his tech for near the end of the movie. But just know, this movie is disappointing. And I want to show y'all one more thing. And now we're going to close this out. Tom Holland, I'm done with you, bro. I don't want you acting as Spider-Man anymore. I will not be watching this film again. Because I was very frustrated watching this movie. Very frustrated. Very frustrated. Very mad. Very frustrated. The movie wasn't even funny. It was corny funny, but it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny enough for me to laugh at. Funny. It was corny. So they make teens this. Do they know teens? These was the corniest teens I ever seen a day in my life. Bro, I'm 19. Do they not know what teens are? I was in high school not too long ago. Okay. All right. I want to show y'all something. Let me let you know what you think. So Tom Holland is open in the future to doing a gay Spider-Man. Let's look at the comics. What's the most notable Spider-Man right now? Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Miles Morales isn't gay. Peter Parker isn't gay. So what is he talking about? Are they talking about a original Spider-Man? Are they talking about doing a original new Spider-Man? Because if Tom Holland's open to doing a gay Spider-Man, we only know the only Spider-Man they're going to pull from is Peter Parker or Miles, but most likely Peter Parker. Now he's just open to it. This isn't saying he's definite to do it, but the problem is you're open to doing it. Frick you, Tom Holland. Spider-Man is never going to be gay. I don't want to see nobody making a gay character and putting the name Spider-Man on that character. You make your own new freaking character, bro. Society is real effed up. We want to take people characters, turn them gay, turn them, turn a white character black, turn a black character, let's turn him Latino. Let's make him Latino and gay. Let's make him transsexual and black. The freak is going on? Tom Holland, the fact that you're open to doing this, you lost my respect big time, bro. You lost my respect big time. Don't you ever in your life say you would be open to doing that to Spider-Man. Freak you, bro. Your portrayal of Spider-Man trash anyways, my G. You're the Robin. You're the Robin to Iron Man, bro. You're the Robin to Iron Man. You're stuck under that. You're the Robin to Iron Man. Because everything in your movie, Spider-Man Homecoming, linked back to Iron Man and the Avengers. Spider-Man Far From Home, linked all back to Iron Man. Bro, I came to see a Spider-Man movie, not an Iron Man movie. Everything was linked back to Iron Man. It's Tom Holland. The fact that you're open to doing that, Kevin Feige, Victoria Alonso, Disney, and Marvel Studios, I wouldn't be surprised if they did make Spider-Man gay. I wouldn't even be surprised. And guess how many fans will eat it up? Fanboys will eat that shit up and they will accept it. They'll be like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man's gay now? You guys, never will there be a gay Superman. There'll never be a gay Batman. There never is going to be a gay Spider-Man. Because you guys, the people who want it, are going to do something that takes not even a genius, a basic person to do. Get a pen and some paper, draw a character, and write stories. You know the thing that Stan Lee did? He got his ass up, got to work, made so many characters, and now look at where they're at. Spider-Man is in the top 3 superheroes of all time, damn near. He's up there with Spider-Man and Batman. Hell, Wonder Woman too. He's up there. So you're telling me, you want to take an icon, change his sexual orientation. Hell, let's just make Peter Parker Latino now. Let's do that. You know what? All the homosexual characters, let's make them straight. Because I'm totally fine if you want to put a gay character in the MCU. Use a character that's already homosexual. I'm totally fine if you want to create a new character and put him into the cinematic universe. Because these don't follow the comics, so you can make a new hero anyways. Why do we got to keep on pulling characters from the comics and changing them up when you can make your own superheroes? And the MCU says, we're different from the comics. You pull a lot from the comics. You like to pull a lot of characters from the comics. Why don't you make some... wait a minute. Because these movie creators aren't creative enough. They're not creative. They want to jack other characters, put them in their universe, change them up, and say, I'm creative. I changed 2 things about Spider-Man. Yay! I could have done that. Why don't you get your ass up and make an entirely new character? Just do that. Just do that. Make a new character. But no, they can't, because Hollywood is not creative no more. Take an L, Hollywood. Tom Holland, the fact that you're open to doing this is a spit in the face and disrespect to fans, bro. Freak you. I'm done with you, Tom Holland. Your Spider-Man is fishy trash. Tobey Maguire, Andrew, and Tom Holland. This movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, I'm gonna stamp this whole movie. This movie is a effing D. This movie is a D, bruh. This movie is a D. It's trash. It's a D. I would go for an F, but I wouldn't be fair. Because this movie is a D, bro. The logic in this movie makes no sense. Peter Parker went from supposedly being smart to a lot dumber. He got dumb again in this movie. Nick Fury was a clown trying to act tough. You got your eye scratched out by a cat. But let's not talk about the whole reveal of what happened, because Nick Fury's an even further bigger bum. Trash. Nick Fury's trash now. Let's not forget Mysterio. He was cool, but he ain't better than Vulture. He was cracking jokes when things came up. When things came up, he was cracking jokes. He's not better than the Vulture. He's not. But saying he's better than the Vulture isn't much either. Because the Vulture ain't even in the top 3 MCU villains. There's not even a top 10 MCU villains. There's literally only a top 5. Because the rest of them are trash. Mandarin, trash. Villain from Iron Man 2, trash. Nobody talks about that nigga. Who else? Captain, who else? Cap got some solid villains. Red Skull, Malekith, trash. Ronan, trash. The only top 5 MCU villains is Killmonger, Vulture, Thanos, Hela, and Loki. That's it. That's it. That is it. He ain't even... This movie is a clown movie. Everybody's cracking jokes. I'm good on this movie. Alright, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'm done. This is my spoiler-free review. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is a deep spoiler-free review. This movie is garbage. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope you have a very good day. This is opinion. This is not fact. This is opinion. This is a opinion. If you like this movie, fine by me. I don't like this movie. This movie is trash. This is probably as weak as Spider-Man Homecoming. This is not better than Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire one. Spider-Man 1 is better than this. I'd rather rewatch Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 over Tom Holland's Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this review. It's your boy K-Dot, first like Super Saiyan to everybody on this planet. Peace, love, positivity all the time. Deuces.
What did it cost?
Everything.
We're in the end game now.